This video highlights some of the new features available in AutoSync from SnapLogic. You can see here I'm in my data pipeline creation wizard, and I'm just going to follow this through creating a curated data set for the sales team. Now that data I can store in 3 new target systems. You can see my ADLS Gen2, Databricks and S3. In this case I'm going to use the ADLS V2. And I'm going to pull the data that I want to ingest using my HTTPClient endpoint. This can interact with any REST API that can retrieve data. So I'm just going to set up some credentials here to connect to the ADLS V2 target system. I'm not going to tell you what they are, so we'll skip ahead that part of the process. And I'm going to choose to store this data in a Parquet format. So this is using our new Parquet formatter. Now I'm going to configure my REST client. You can see here credentials are optional because I'm using the pet store REST API. And I'm going to store that with this object name in my target system. I click Next. Now I can transform my data. So I'm going to remove a couple of the raw data fields that I don't want to bring in. And I will also decide how I want to handle any null values that appear in my data set. You can see I'm going to replace them with a standard string value. Now this new behavior is the ability to merge or join columns together to create compound columns ahead of ingestion. So you can see here I'm creating a new field with a specific separator that I've chosen. That's the column highlighted in green. And now I'm going to create a second one that actually uses that merged column as one of the columns to join. And I'm choosing a different separator there. So you can see I've got my list of merged columns, both highlighted green. Now I'm going to set up my synchronization. I'm going to run this ad hoc, and I'm going to go and run this now. See, it's run, and if you look over on the right hand side, you'll see I've actually ingested some data. Now, if I decide I don't want those transformations, I just pop into my edit screen and I remove them, and I'm left with the raw data to be ingested next time around.